summer to fall transition polishes. That's this week's theme for Topic Tuesday. Thanks for joining me. Today, I have 6 different color families that I'd love to share with you, and I've got 3 examples of each. The first color family that I want to talk about is what I'd like to call shimmery orange to pinks. These sort of coral oranges remind me of late summer sunset, that kind of vibe of, those late nights where you're able to spend all your time outdoors and soak in every last ray of sunshine, and you don't want to let it go. So the first example I have here is from Essie, and it's the closest I could come in terms of in the mainstream world of in my collection to capturing that vibe. So this one is Essie's Make No Concessions. And I don't have an official description for this one, but it is a beautiful orange shimmer. To my eye, it is a little bit of a red leaning. Sometimes in the sunshine, it picks up kind of a bright pink sort of hue. And it has a little bit of a golden shimmer to it as well, a warmer shimmer. Here it is on the swatch wheel. Yeah, it definitely has a pleasant shimmer to it that catches the sun. And here it is against my skin tone. Definitely a little bit of a warm shimmer to it, and I really look forward to getting this one on my nails during the transitional season. Now the second polish I have is from the indie polish world, and this one is from Girly Cosmetics, and this one is called This Girl Is on Pfizer. And I picked this one up from PPU Rewind from July 2022. So this one unfortunately is no longer available. But this one is, to me, a very summery example of that sort of pink orange shimmery polish. It's pretty brilliant, and I've never worn this one, and I really look forward to wearing this one soon. Here's this one swatch on the swatch wheel. All of my swatches on the swatch wheel are done in 2 thin coats with a glossy top coat, just for consistency. So there's quite a bit of bright shimmer on this one. There's some flakies that really pick up, and the description that I have to go along with this one is that it's a bright coral orange with hot pink gold orange aurora shimmer and matching pink orange gold iridescent color shifting flakes. So a really pretty one. To me, this is definitely leaning more towards like the summer scale of that summer to fall transition in terms of these sort of coral shimmery polishes. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying this one out. When I ended up getting this one last year, it was already way into fall. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this one on this year. This one's from another indie brand called Sassy Sauce Polish. And this polish is called Zion Sunset. And this one is also from Polish Pickup. And this one was from May 2022. And the theme that month was National Parks and Landmarks. And this one to me really does look like a late evening sunset. Those ones where you watch the sun just head down over the horizon and you're soaking in every last bit of the day. So this one's described as a rustic cream base with a strong rose shimmer. And I really do, to my eyes anyway, see quite a rusty base, a rusty orange base with this really strong rose pink shimmer to it. So definitely a darker vibe to this one here. And here's Zion Sunset on a swatch wheel. And there it is, definitely much deeper. I am seeing little glimpses of both the rust base as well as the rose shimmer, and I look forward to seeing this one out in the sunlight. So these 3 here are examples from my first color family, which I'm calling Late Summer Sunset, these coral orange pinks. The second color family that I want to talk about are neon oranges. And for me, when I think about that transition from summer to fall, I think of more of those oranges that are sort of reddish oranges in that neon family. This one is a mainstream polish by OPI, And this one is called My Chihuahua Doesn't Bite Anymore. And this one is an untried for me as well. Actually, most of these ones that I'm showing you are untried, so I'm looking forward to wearing them during these transitional weeks. So this one is really the closest mainstream I have to being a neon. It's really quite brilliant and definitely a red-leaning orange. Here is My Chihuahua Doesn't Bite Anymore on a swatch wheel. And this one's actually from the 2020 spring collection inspired by Mexico City by OPI. So here it is on the swatch wheel, really quite red-leaning. And here it is against my skin tone. Yeah, so a really beautiful bright cream. And I actually just acquired this one recently from a discount retailer. Yeah, really pretty. So that one's OPI's My Chihuahua Doesn't Bite Anymore. My next one from the neon orange family is Cirque Colors Pyro, a really, really bright one. This one I just got last year, and I got it actually towards the fall, so it was, I actually received it a little bit too late to wear it, and so I'm looking forward to wearing it soon. And this one's described as a neon red-orange cream. This one, in comparison to me, does show up as being definitely a little bit more orange-leaning, and it is far more neon than My Chihuahua Doesn't Bite Anymore. This one's really just a bright, this one is a true neon, almost like a pylon safety vest neon. Here is Cirque Colors Pyro on a swatch wheel. And here it is against my skin tone. And my camera is not doing this one justice. It is brilliantly bright. Yeah, definitely a red-leaning neon orange, but really beautiful. I can just imagine as the leaves are starting to change color, as summer turns into fall, I could just imagine how beautiful a brilliant polish like this one would look out in the fall sun. So, Cirque Colors, Pyro. The final polish in this family that I have to share with you is by Heather's Hues. I'm the Bad Guy, duh. And this one's from HHC of May 2022, and this polish was inspired by Billie Eilish. It was part of that collection offered through HHC. Right away, you can see this polish is a little bit on the thinner side than the other polishes that I showed in this family, and part of the reason for that is there are some really beautiful flakies in this polish, and I'm hoping that they'll pick up on camera. There's a few over here. Anyway, some really bright iridescent flakies that are picking up in the light. So the thinner base helps to show that off. This one's described as a neon red orange with a mix of iridescent flakes, and definitely that is what this one is. Actually, there's a huge flake right up there. Here is that one, I'm the Bad Guy, duh, on a swatch wheel. And in some sunlight there you can see a couple of flakes. Put it up against my skin tone there. And yeah, there's actually a big flake over on the side right there. Yeah, just the addition of the flakies would really pick up the sunlight beautifully, I think, and that contrast of the bright neon color and then the flashes, the iridescent flakes in the sun. I really look forward to trying this one like soon. So those are 3 examples from my neon orange color family. The next color family I want to talk about are golden sunshine yellows. This one is my mainstream example for my collection. This one is Orly's Golden Afternoon. And this one's very new to my collection. I just found this one at a discount retailer in my area as well. This one is described as a buttercream cream polish. Pretty accurate description. This one came out in last year's spring 2022 collection from Orly, the Impressionism collection. And really, it is a beautiful, sunshiny, sunflower, chrysanthemum kind of yellow. Here is Golden Afternoon on a swatch wheel. And again, against my skin tone. I'm really impressed by the sort of like dusky type of yellow. It's definitely not at all. I mean, when I think of buttercream yellows, I think of more like pastel, light springtime, Eastery kind of vibe yellows. And this one's definitely not that. To me, it's much more muted, and it's got definitely a golden hue to it. And to me, it's a beautiful, holding on to those last rays of sunshine before fall sets in, kind of transitional polish. So that one is Orly's Golden Afternoon. My second golden yellow is a very bright primary yellow. This one's by Cirque Colors, and this one's a recent addition to my collection, and it's called Hedonist, and this one is from this year's 2023 Vice collection. This one is described as a neon primary yellow cream polish with UV reactive properties, meaning that it'll glow in black light. This one I actually had the chance to wear right at the end of the previous school year. I'm a teacher, and when I was wearing this one in the final days of the school year, all I could think of were things like goodbye school buses and yellow pencils and hello golden summer sun. So I'm really looking forward to actually wearing this one again at the start of the school year. That hello instead, the hello to school buses and the yellow pencils and all that good stuff. So Cirque Colors Hedonist. Here is Hedonist, very bright on a swatch wheel. And again, against my skin tone. Now this one is truly a primary looking bright neon yellow. It doesn't have any of that highlighter quality that I tend to think of, almost like a slightly greenish lime lean to those highlighter colors. This one truly is a primary yellow, and to me it's such a great back to school kind of color, and I'm looking forward to trying this one out at that time of year. So here's that one, Cirque Colors Hedonist. My final golden yellow by Garden Path Lacquers, so an indie brand. And this one's called I Could Leave Today. And this one's from Hella Handmade Creations, May 2022. So unfortunately, this one's no longer available. It was part of a limited release for a collaboration, Hella Handmade Creations. And this one is really shimmery. It's got a nice warm shimmer to it here. This polish is described as, actually it's part of a collection that the maker had going for several months, and the collection was called Music of the 60s, and it was inspired by California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas. So beautiful inspiration there, great song, and a great end of summer song for me too. The description that goes along with this polish is that it is a bright, juicy yellow crelly packed with red to orange aurora shimmer. And definitely there is a strong, warm red to orange aurora shimmer in there that I can imagine would really pick up beautifully in natural sunlight. So here's that one on the swatch wheel. And this one's definitely the most shimmery of the three yellows that I'm sampling here. It's not showing up so well here on camera, but in the sunlight, this one, I think it'll just come alive, and I can't wait to wear it. So here's that one against my skin tone. Again, there's a red to gold shimmer. It's not really showing up on camera, but I can't wait to get this one out in sunlight and wear this one soon. So there are my three from the golden yellow color family that makes me think of summer sun, yellow school buses, yellow lead pencils, chrysanthemums, and sunflowers. My fourth color family are leafy greens. And this first one is mainstream brand Essie's offering, and this one is called Natural Connection. This polish is described as a khaki green cream, and this one came out a couple of years ago in 2021 in November, and it was part of the Swoon in the Lagoon collection. That was a great collection. And to me, these leafy greens, they make me think of just, enjoying those gorgeous, vibrant, lively greens just before, in my part of the world anyway, all those leaves start to change color and start to fall to the ground. Here is Essie's Natural Connection on a swatch wheel. Here it is against my skin tone. So it really is a beautiful khaki green, nice neutral kind of a green. To me, actually quite work appropriate as well. It's green, but also kind of a muted one. And I just think this one's beautiful. And this is my best example of those leafy greens that I have right now in my collection. So Essie, Natural Connection. My next leafy green is by KB Shimmer, and this one is really picking up some of the sparkle here. This one is called Mask Me Again, and this one is from the Spring 2022 collection by KB Shimmer, and this one is loaded with reflective glitter, so it's quite a thick polish. The reflective glitter, it's mainly intended to be shown at its full glory under phone flash. From your phone camera, but I don't really use it in that way. I just love the way the reflective glitters get highlighted in beautiful sunlight. I find that the reflective glitters play with light in a way that no other polish ingredient really does. This one also has a really beautiful warm shimmer to it, kind of a pinkish rosy shimmer. So KB Shimmer, Mask Me Again. And the description that goes along with this one from KB Shimmer is really quite lengthy and poetic. So bear with me on this one, but I think it's great. It's described as an avocado green reflective shade packed with color shifting shimmer. A soft pink shimmer subtly shifts to hues of gold and lime against the muted green. Really beautiful. So here's the KB Shimmer polish, swatched on a swatch wheel, and you can really see those reflective glitters poking out there. Now I do swatch in 2 coats with a glossy top coat on all of these, just for consistency. This one, because of the reflective glitter, it is quite rough in texture, so wearing it in life, I would use a smoothing top coat first, and then a glossy top coat on top of that, just to level out any texture going on there. But here's this one against my skin tone, and already, I mean, not even any sunlight, you can see some of the twinkles from the reflective glitter. You can see some of that warm pinkish shimmer poking through, and to me, it's just like those subtle hints of changing leaves, just as, the edge of leaves are starting to change color. So beautiful, really unique. I have nothing else like this in my collection. I can't wait to get this on my nails during the transitional days between summer and fall. The final one that I have in this color family, representing leafy greens, is by Sassy Sauce Polish. And this one's called Catch My Fall, and this one unfortunately is no longer available. It's from September 2022 indie box, and this gorgeous polish is packed with shimmer and flakies, and the description that goes along with this one is that it is a neon green base with a strong copper red golden shift, rose gold hollow micro glitter, and black red shifting multi-chrome flakies. Here's this one swatched out on a swatch wheel, so you can really see those flakies. Definitely some shimmer. It's actually playing a lot with the sunlight that I've got in my room right now. And here it is against my skin tone. So yeah, quite a variety of different flakies. To me, again, it looks like just the start of when leaves start to change color in my part of the world. And they start to fall to the ground. So yeah, to me, it's a perfect kind of September polish for me here in Canada. There's the Sassy Sauce polish. So those are the 3 polishes representing leafy greens in my collection. To start off the fifth color family, I've got this polish here by OPI, representing my Denim Blues. This OPI polish is another newer one to my collection. I just got it recently from a discount retailer in my neck of the woods. And this one is called Is Norse. This one is not at all a new polish. In fact, this was released in OPI's 2017 fall collection, and it was the Icelandic themed collection. I really do hope that OPI might consider going back to their cities and countries around the world collections. I always found them so just wonderful for, as you're putting on your polish, you're taking a little bit of a virtual trip in your mind to these gorgeous destinations. Iceland definitely being one of those. Anyway, Is Norse, a beautiful denim-y blue. And the description that goes along with this one is that it is a dark ice blue cream. Here is Is Norse swatched on a swatch wheel. It's very deep. It's quite dark. I'll put it against my skin tone here so you can see it. It is a great dark denim color, just a nice kind of a grayed out navy blue, really beautiful for that transitional time of year, and also going along with summer. I mean, those sort of nautical navy blues too. It's so I think these denims, like, not only are they wonderful, these denim blues, because it does remind me of blue jeans and denim jackets and all those back to school kind of things, but also those summer vibes of nautical navy blues. So that one right here is Is Norse. Next up is an indie brand polish, and this one is by Bluebird Lacquer. I love these bottles. This one is called Mum Jeans, so really great literal interpretation, literal selection, I should say, a literal selection for denim blues. Right over here you can really see some hollow rainbows of the pigment that needs to be shaken up a little bit, but lots of hollow pigment in there. So the description that goes along with this one is that this polish is a faded denim blue lilac mega hollow, and definitely mega hollow is right. I look forward to getting this one on my nails and into the sunlight for sure. So here's the swatch of Mom Jeans, swatch on a swatch wheel. This one does have one coat of glossy top coat on top, but definitely the in natural sunlight, the hollow will pick up much better, but it is loaded with hollow, this one. So Bluebird Lacquer, Mom Jeans. And the final denim blue that I want to show you today is by KB Shimmer, and this one is called Washed Up. Again, a really great, almost literal interpretation of denim blue jeans with all kinds of great glitters here. And actually the maker's description describes it best. A faded navy crelly with slight lavender hues. Small copper glitters sparkle like rivets, while navy and blue glitters dance in the denim-inspired base. And it is definitely all those things, and such a great interpretation of denim. It's quite incredible. Those copper rivet-like glitters are really something. This one has actually, when I was swatching it out on the swatch wheel, this one does have a slightly thinner than you would expect base, but it really acts to let those components shine through the polish so that they're not masked by a thick base. Here's KB Shimmer's Washed Up on the swatch wheel. So it is a little bit of a thinner base than you might expect. When I was painting it, I could actually see how maybe I might prefer it in 3 coats on my actual nails. Here it's only done in 2. But it really does act to showcase those gorgeous glitters, and I especially am a fan of those copper rivet-like glitters. I mean, it's such a perfect denim blue jean interpretation. So KB Shimmer Washed Up. So those are my 3 examples from my collection of denim blues. The final color family that makes me think of that summer to fall transition are sandy neutrals. And for me, those sandy colors, they bring back memories of summer sand beaches, but also those neutrals those sort of taupe, sand, beige, neutrals, they really do fall under that nice cozy fall vibe as well. So this one is a polish by Essie. This is definitely an older one in my collection because it has the old skinny brush, and this one is called Sand Tropez. So really beautiful sandy color, and it's actually described as a soft sandy beige. Here that one is swatched on the swatch wheel in 2 coats with a glossy top coat, and there it is against my skin tone. So truly a nice neutral, really work appropriate. I just think it's a beautiful color, a really elegant, classy color that does for me have that combination of calling to mind sandy beaches, but also, you know, some of those cozy beige cream colored knits that you might be drawn to in the early days of fall. So Essie's Sand Tropez. My second pick for sandy neutrals is by ILNP, and this polish is really special to me. It was one of my gateway polishes into the indie polish world. ILNP I'd consider more of a boutique brand because they have a huge number of offerings on their website, and they very often remain in stock for quite a long time. So ILNP Quicksand. Quicksand is described as a refined warm taupe holographic. And it definitely does have a very subtle, elegant holographic element to it and a beautiful warm shimmer. Here is that one swatched on a swatch wheel. And this one is very shimmery, really beautiful, work appropriate, and like it's a neutral, but with just enough interest that, well, got me hooked in the world of indie polishes with all these unique finishes and things like that. So ILNP Quicksand. And the final polish from this color family of sandy neutrals is by Hearts and Promises, another indie brand. This polish is unfortunately no longer available. I got it from PPU August 2022, which I believe was the Marine Magic theme, and this one's called I'm Not Sandy, You Are. This Hearts and Promises polish is described as a light tan hollow base with gold, bronze, silver UCC flakies, gold flakes, and a silver reflective glitter. And I did have the chance to wear this one at the very beginning of the summer because I was kind of really into sand beiges to start the summer because I was craving beaches. and I just found that like the reflective glitter in this one really picked up the sunlight beautifully. It was a subtle look, but it was definitely there, and the gold flakes would pop out at the most like unexpected times in different lighting, and it was really quite elegant. So this polish is really special to me, and I kind of wish I had a backup bottle actually. It is absolutely beautiful and unique in all different type of lighting with all those gorgeous, elegant components to it. Here is this one swatched in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. There's actually not too much texture to this one. I don't even know that you'd need a glossy top, smoothing top coat to go with it. It's not too textured. And there it is on my skin tone. So you can really see all those interesting components, and in different lighting, different components sort of are showcased. It's really a beautiful one. So those are my 3 examples from the Sandy Neutrals color family. Those were 6 color families that I'm really drawn to at this time of year when we're transitioning from that summer feel into the cozier fall days. Things like hanging on to the golden sun, the green leaves, the fiery sunsets, and moving into those times of yellow school buses and denim blues and all those good things, and pumpkin spice everything. So let me know what kinds of colors you're drawn to at this time of year, the transitional time between summer and fall. Are you also attracted to some of these colors, or do you have some different color families that you're really drawn to? I'd love to know some of your polish recommendations as well that you like to wear during these transitional times. Please feel free to join in the conversation in the comments. If you like this type of content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. and hopefully I'll see you again. Thanks.